What is up guys, Joe here, welcome back to my channel, and today we have a big stage in Thibaut Pinot's Redemption Tour here on PCM 2020. You can see we do finish on top of Le Grand Colombier, so going to be a really fun stage with a lot of climbing involved. We start the day in the yellow jersey. Will we be there by the end? Let's wait and see. I can't quite believe it guys, yet another great day with regards to race day form for Thibaut Pinot. He's just getting constant great race days, it would seem. I do want to try and get up the roads in a breakaway, so let's try and get Demar and Thomas up the roads. And the reason for this is effectively for that intermediate sprint, just to try and bolster Demar's lead in that competition. So currently we have a very small gap to the peloton and some very strong riders in this group. We have Venapool, Alaphilippe, Haig, some super strong guys are here, but it does seem they don't want this group to go for some reason. So it's been pretty crazy because Astana have been on the front for pretty much the entirety of the stage, trying to bring this group in. I mean, they've been chasing for about 90 kilometers. It's absolutely absurd stuff. And they may well do it in the end, it would seem. So they did do it, and we're going to try and form a new breakaway, so we'll attack with both of these guys yet again. Bardet trying to follow. Let's see who joins us up the roads. So it would seem this is going to work pretty much perfectly for Demar because we do have a gap on the peloton. For you guys trying to join us up the road, we're up front with Lutsenko and Bardet, and this intermediate sprint coming up as well. So we are going to take a lot more points than the sprinters behind, but we can go up to 99, try and go for it with Arnaud Demar right there. Let's see if we can take those ahead of Lutsenko. We will be able to do that very comfortably, of course, so taking a lot more points. If we take a look behind, we do have attacks. Trentin, there is Bennett and Ewan picking up a few of the smaller points. So we now have over 20-point leads on those two guys. So we are now into the foot of this first climb today, and Ineos pacing really hard on the front. You can see Luke Rowe hammering the tempo, maybe trying to set up Geraint Thomas for an early attack, or even Egan Bernal to try and get him back in the race. They've got a lot of options, of course. Pinot hopefully can just try and conserve some energy. Ladanu caught way behind, and that is far from ideal. Let's try and get Reichenbach and Madouar to the front with Gaudu and Pinot though, because Ineos really looking menacing on this climb right now. Oh my word, look at Ineos on the Selle de Fromental, and you can see we have Ladanu, Kung going out the back now. Even Gaudu and Reichenbach are struggling, but Pinot needs to be protected at all times, of course. Reichenbach should be able to do that, I hope at least. Madouar and Gaudu are going to struggle to get over this climb, you know, because Quieto, Castroviejo as well on the front now for Ineos. David Gaudu is done. Don't tell me we're going to be isolated already. We even have Chris Froome working on the front for Ineos, and all our guys are done basically. You can see riders, Alaphilippe scattered across the roads. Pinot needs to make sure he's staying to the front because I'm expecting an Ineos attack very early today. Oh my, here we go. 50k to go in the stage, and Mikel Landa is now on the attack. Madouar is about to be done, Gaudu already done, same with Reichenbach, and it does seem they are going to rely on us to do this chasing to Mikel Landa. He's 11 minutes down in the GC, so you know what, we're going to sit up, we don't care about him. We can let him go for now. Long way to go for Mikel Landa. We'll see how Ineos react because I'm surprised they haven't tried to follow that with any of their riders. Into this downhill then as we approach the Grand Colombier, and you can see Landa has 2 minutes on just 18 riders behind in the peloton. Pinot here by himself, and you can see Jumbo-Visma have 3 riders. I assume Ineos the same at least. So further back we have the likes of Alaphilippe in this group, Dylan Teuns as well. We have Higuita, and Madouar is in the group behind them. So don't really think he's going to be able to come back on here, sadly. So sadly for Landa, he's been given absolutely no chance at the stage here because Bora are pacing like absolute madmen. So you have to assume Bookman wants to attack on that final climb. You can see Madouar definitely not making it back in. Some massive gaps to those groups behind, which just shows how quick Bora have been pacing. Here we go then into the Grand Colombier. So we're going to come to the front with Pinot, try and protect against any attacks. We're not going to try and attack ourselves, but if someone else tries, we will try and follow them. I think Banal is just relaying for now. Geraint Thomas, one of the main men to watch, along with Nairo Man and of course Pogacar alongside Dumoulin. They are our main rivals, I do believe, in this one, as Landers leads pretty much gone right here as he is caught. Ineos are working so hard right now. You have to assume to set up Geraint Thomas. You can see Chris Froome already done. He wasn't even too far behind in the GC. He has given up his chances though for Geraint Thomas. Even Egan Bernal now working on the front. And you can see 12k still to go. We're struggling already for energy. This is going to be super tricky as Geraint Thomas is on the attack. For Team Ineos, we're going to try our best to catch him straight away, which we do with Pinot. He's on the attack yet again. We're going to try and catch him. We have 4 riders right at the front, and I am in the Brits wheel right now, and we have some big gaps behind forming, as you can see. Oh my, we're done already. We're done already. This is going to be really difficult. Right, I'm going to pace myself up with Quintana and Pogacar. Geraint Thomas riding away at the moment. He's 1 minute and 30 down. You can see Pogacar done already. We're with Nairo Man, trying to bring in Thomas. Behind us, we have big gaps already as that group has exploded. So Dumoulin looking strong. He is going to come back on, it would seem. Pogacar looks completely done to me. Quintana trying to help us, but we do need to relay to try and bring in Geraint Thomas. 8k still to go in the stage, and pretty much everyone looks completely done on the road right now. So 7k to go now, and Thomas has a 20-second lead. He's gone all in for a very early attack, and to be fair to Nairo Man, he is helping me out here, trying to bring in Geraint Thomas a little bit, and I think we're going to do it right here. We have a minute to the group behind as well, so this group does now come back together, and the pace, it seems, does completely stop right now. Let's see if there are any more attacks at any points. Behind us then, Pogacar is done, and I do want to continue the pace just a little bit with Thibaut, because we don't want Pogacar and Dumoulin coming back on. If we can keep those guys behind, it really is Quintana v Thomas versus Thibaut at this Tour de France. And you can see Geraint Thomas upping the tempo right now. There you go. So let's maintain position on maybe 84. He does stop straight away though. We can now use our energy. 30 seconds to that group behind, and these guys do look super tired next to me. 2k to go, we're going to try it. Thibaut Pinot trying a little attack away from these guys, but we don't drop them, so let's sit up again, see if they can react, and they can't for now. 1k to go on the Grand Colombier, and I think we have a little bit in reserve with Thibaut. We'll take Thomas's wheel. Nairo looks very tired to me, but into the final meters of this stage, Geraint Thomas going for it. Pinot on the left, Thomas on the right. I don't think it's going to be Nairo. It's Pinot versus Thomas. And I think we're just going to take it. It's going to be so close here. So close, but oh my, Thibaut Pinot gets another stage win at this tour. What a race the Frenchman is having. And as you see, we have some massive time gaps today, with over a minute back to Dumoulin and Fuglsang behind. So Thibaut Pinot just can't stop winning, it seems, at this Tour de France. What a tour it has been already for the team, and some massive gaps in the GC today, which does mean we have 1 minute 29 on Nairo, 1 minute 40 on Thomas. Dumoulin and Pogacar though losing big time today. So it's still very close following the Grand Colombier, and it is Thomas, Quintana and Thibaut who seem to me like the main GC contenders. Dumoulin can maybe come back in the TT later in the race, but Nairo, Thomas and Pinot look the favourites for this one, with Thibaut leading the charge still. Other comps, Demar looking very good in that green jersey, it must be said. Good to take some more points in that one today. Pinot in polka dots as well. Pogacar in whites, and we are third in the team classification. So then a preview of stage 16 then. You can see a lot of climbing involved, and potential for some early attacks from the AI for sure, and a difficult finish as well. So going to be a fun one yet again tomorrow as we near the final days of this Tour de France. So if you enjoyed this one today guys, drop a like on the video, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one.